the Stone Splitter Championship, first division game between Widnes and Castleford. This fixture, just a few weeks ago, was looked upon as if it would be the title decider, but perhaps not quite as important now as far as Widnes are concerned. But surely this is the last stand for Castleford. The coach this morning said in the press that there are no tomorrows as far as the league title is concerned, so if Castleford must win tonight, or all hopes that they've had all season of lifting the championship will go out of the window. Castleford, long-time leaders of the first division, have had a disastrous run in the last 4 or 5 fixtures, no win at all and just that draw. So they come here tonight to Widnes to face a side that has done so well since being knocked out of the cup. On the far side of the field, the new signing for Widnes, Paul Moriarty, takes his place on the bench. Substitute forward tonight for Widnes. A surprise signing for Widnes at the weekend. Doug Lawton went down and surprised the Rugby League world yet again by signing the Welsh forward, owner of 19 Welsh Rugby Union caps. I'll run through the two teams for you tonight. The Widnes side at number 1, Alan Tate. 2, Dave Myers. 3, Andy Courier. 4, Darren Wright. And 5, Martin Afire. 6 is Jonathan Davis. And 7, David Hume. 8, Kurt Sorensen. 9, Phil McKenzie. 10, Mike O'Neill. 11, Richard Ayres. 12, Amosi Kaloto. And 13, Paul Hume. 14 is Barry Dowd. And the substitute forward, Paul Moriarty. On the Castleford side, number 1, David Ruckley. Number 2, Shane Horo. 3 is Gibson. 4, Giles Boothroyd. 5, Chris Chapman. And a change at 6 where Grant Anderson replaces John Joyner. 7, Roy Southernwood. 8, Kevin Ward. 9, Kevin Beadmore. 10, Keith England. 11, Crabtree. 12, Murphin. And 13, Martin Kettridge. Substitutes are Dean Blankley and Wayne Thornley. The referee for today's match is Mr. Steele from Cumbria, and Castleford will be playing from left to right in the first half, playing in the amber jerseys with black shorts. Widnes in the familiar white strip with black trim. A long kick then by Castleford, and Dave Myers takes that ball 10 yards from his own line. Dave Myers playing on the right wing tonight after a fine game at fullback at St Helens on the Easter Monday game. McKenzie then at half-back, now Mike O'Neill. Held up just outside his own 25 by 2 good strong tackles from the Castleford forwards. The ball thrown back to Alan Tate, who gets a kick in that comes just into the Castleford half. Shane Horo picks that ball up. And the referee decides that Darren Wright did not give Horo enough room there and is given offside. And that's a free kick to Castleford just inside their own half of the field. Martin Kettridge then with a free kick to Castleford, safely into touch on this right hand side. And they will have the tap just outside the Widnes 25. The Great Britain hooker Kevin Beardmore to Keith England. Tackled by Sorensen and O'Neill. Mr. Steele deciding that Keith England had a bit of a to-do at Kurt Sorensen, the Widnes captain, and a free kick to Widnes. Jonathan Davis then takes play back inside the Castleford half. Phil McKenzie will play the ball for Widnes. Paul Hume. Now Kurt Sorensen, a welcome return to him to the Widnes side tonight. McKenzie moving the ball to the right, now Mike O'Neill. Steps out of 1 or 2 tackles, tries to offload to Kaloto. But Castleford onto that loose ball through Giles Boothroyd. Right on halfway then, Castleford moving the ball infield. With some good tackling from Kaloto and by Richard Ayres. Martin Kettridge, normally a second row man at Castleford. Moving to loose forward tonight, switching it to the left. Southernwood with a kick towards that far corner. But Alan Tate gets across, the Great Britain full-back, and takes play up to his own 25. Young Dave Myers then from half-back. Widnes have signed some very big names from rugby union this season, have captured the attention of the national media, but this young lad that's come in on the right wing for Widnes this season, young Dave Myers, really been taken to heart by the Widnes fans, just 17 years of age in his 4th league game, and really looks to have a bright future in the game. Meanwhile, Widnes midway between halfway and their own 25. The ball thrown back to Jonathan Davis, a long kick downfield by Davis, turns the full back. Right on Castleford. Castleford with a tap on their own 25 then. Kevin Ward, the Great Britain number 8, met by O'Neill and by Phil McKenzie. Beadmore then at halfback. As I say, as far as the championship's concerned, this is a do-or-die effort as far as Castleford are concerned. There's no way back for them in the championship if they shouldn't get the points from Norton Park tonight. Scrum down then, midway between halfway and the Widnes, on the Castleford 25 rather. David Hume will put the ball in for Widnes. Widnes playing with the rain and the wind in the backs in this first half. The ball comes out for Widnes. Paul Humes at halfback, now Coloto. Trying to set up a position for Widnes here. Mike O'Neill then. Tries to step inside, but no support. Widnes moved the ball to the right. David Hume, switch play with his brother. Looks for Coloto, with some good tackling from Castleford. They were awake to that move. So Widnes held up then, just outside the Castleford 25. Some good tackling by the Yorkshire side here. Paul Hume. In the end, it takes 3 Castleford forwards to stop that forward surge from Paul Hume. Coloto then. Short ball from him. Good play by Widnes. Andy Courier steps through a gap, goes for the line. A superb try by the Widnes right centre, Andy Courier. And that's the first try of the night for Widnes. Well, Widnes couldn't find a way through on the Castleford 25. Kick of about 35 yards, taking in the angle. Jonathan Davis in the last 2 games for Widnes been in fine kicking form. This time is unsuccessful with that conversion attempt. Nonetheless, Widnes get the start that they were looking for in this match, and as I say, after 7 minutes of the first half, take a 4-0 lead. Another good crowd here tonight at Widnes. Even a downpour an hour before the kick-off hasn't kept the fans away. Obviously Dougie Lawton keeping up the interest at the club here by another surprise signing at the weekend. And Mosi Coloto then. A good drive from him on his own 25. Phil McKenzie, now Mike O'Neill in his testimonial year here at Widnes. Still only 28 years of age, but 10 years with the club. Kurt Sorensen. The referee, right on the spot, is calling out the Castleford number 10, Keith England. That's the second time he's had cause to speak with Keith England. In fact, the last incident involved Kurt Sorensen as well, but that results in a free kick to Widnes just outside their own 25. Jonathan Davis then. Just about gets that one into touch, just over halfway. So a chance for Widnes to work a position again then. Kurt Sorensen. Good drive from him, but good tackling also from the Castleford forwards. David Hume, Mike O'Neill. Looking for support on the inside. Richard Ayres comes on the blind side, but an excellent tackle from Gibson brings him to ground just outside the Castleford 25. Phil McKenzie will throw the ball to the right here. In the end, he switched it to the blind side, where Martin O'Fire was met by 3 Castleford tacklers. Jonathan Davis then. A long up and under from Jonathan Davis. The referee decides that Jonathan Davis was hit after he put that kick in towards the Castleford line. And rightly so, that's a free kick to Widnes. There's a chance of a penalty from a reasonable position, left of the post, about 20 yards from the line. Davis then has this penalty attempt for Widnes, a chance to push Widnes further ahead. And safe as you like this time. 11 minutes gone then of the first half, and Jonathan Davis pushes Widnes out to a 6-0 lead. Martin Kettridge, or rather giving the ball to Horo, who places it, and then finally Kettridge restarts the game for Castleford. Richard Ayres though takes that ball on his own 25. Now Caloto. A firm favourite here now at Norton Park, since signing from Wellington Rugby Union Club in New Zealand in October. But the ball thrown back to Davis. Very good kick by Jonathan Davis again, putting pressure right on Castleford deep in their own 25. Chris Chapman, the left wing, tackled by Andy Courier. Keith England then. Well, there were, as I said earlier, high hopes in the Yorkshire town of Castleford that Castleford this year could win their first ever championship in the Rugby League, but it's all gone just a little bit sour for them since the Christmas period. They led the first division all season until after Christmas. In fact, were undefeated, and now find themselves behind Widnes in the league championship race, and have played a couple more games than Widnes as well. Widnes then midway between their own 25 and halfway. Caloto again at first receiver. Offloads the ball to Kurt Sorensen. Sorensen steps out of the tackle and takes the ball to the right. But in the end couldn't find support on the outside. McKenzie from halfback tries to kick the ball downfield. And some good work by the Castleford number 9, Beadmore there, charging down that kick and in fact retrieving the ball for his own side. Castleford then with a chance to put some pressure on Widnes. Kevin Ward. But the ball goes through 2 or 3 pair of hands, and the referee deciding a double knock on. In that case, it's a scrum down. Castleford win that ball then, midway between halfway and the Widnes 25. Grant Anderson, the young Australian, scorer of 23 tries so far this season for Castleford. Catches the loose forward, takes play up to just outside the Widnes 25 in centre field. And the referee catches Kurt Sorensen, the Widnes captain, offside, and that will be a free kick to Castleford. A bit of debate amongst the Castleford players, and in the end, Martin Kettridge will elect to go for goal here. Castleford being one of those clubs this season that have used Australian imports on short-term contracts. They have since gone back to the Australian clubs, and perhaps Castleford feeling the blow from losing those players, such as especially Gibbs, the second row. It's not often you see Martin Kettridge missing a goal kick from that position, usually one of the surest kickers in the First Division. Nonetheless, he pushes that one wide of the left-hand post, and it remains Widnes 6, Castleford 0. David Rutley then, the full-back, takes that ball at the second attempt and brings play up to his own 25. Murphy, the second row for Castleford. Now Kevin Ward, widely regarded as the best number 8 in Britain at the moment, the present holder of the Great Britain number 8 jersey, a man who had a good spell down in Australia with the tourists last year, a firm favourite in Yorkshire. So Martin Kettridge takes that penalty quickly to himself and makes about 15 yards and takes play into the Widnes half of the field. Good play by Kettridge. And Crabtree, the second row man, takes play further towards the Widnes 25. Castleford have used their tackles well here. They've made good ground into Widnes territory. And now a chance to open the game up. Ward chooses to drive in himself, where he's met by 3 Widnes tacklers. Southernwood then, and the kick over the Widnes defence, but Alan Tate takes that well for Widnes. Coloto doing very well to take that difficult pass, but in the end is brought to ground just outside the Widnes 25. David Hume, offside says the referee, and that will be a free kick to Widnes. Jonathan Davis then. Superb kick from him, takes play deep inside the Castleford half of the field. Now 17 minutes gone in the first half. Widnes still leading by 6 points to 0. That Andy Courier try, and a penalty a few minutes later from Jonathan Davis. Mike O'Neill. Widnes using their prop forwards here to work a position to bring their backs into the game. In centre field then, Paul Hume switches play to his brother David, but a good tackle by the Castleford number 8 Kevin Ward stops that move from Widnes. Now Richard Ayres. Long pass from Mackenzie. Davis. A short kick through from Jonathan Davis, but the referee again sees that the Castleford man took Jonathan Davis out. We're seeing quite the opposite side of the game this evening. With 1 or 2 off the ball incidents already. But the referee has been quick to see them and punish Castleford with penalty kicks to Widnes. Jonathan Davis then with his second penalty of the evening, a similar angle, maybe 10 yards back from that previous attempt. Really, those sorts of kicks for Jonathan Davis are rather a formality for him. A kicker of his sorts of capabilities, he just seems to time them so well, knock them up, and through the post they go. So with the first quarter of the game gone, Widnes move out to an 8-0 lead. Catches then restarts the game for Castleford. The ball going towards the Widnes post. Take the fullback. Takes play up just outside his own 25. Now Richard Ayres. Anybody who's watched Widnes consistently this season will know that they're just as much the more dangerous side from this position in their own half as they are anywhere else on the field. They've probably scored just as many tries from inside their own 25 as they have done outside of it. Referee on this occasion giving Castleford a free kick, saying that the Widnes front row were not blinding correctly. And a short free kick for Castleford here. Keith England then takes play to within 15 yards of the Widnes line. First real attack from Castleford then. And in fact, danger here for Widnes. Switching the ball back, Kevin Ward tries to drive for the line himself. In the end, held up by 4 Widnes forwards. And the ball appeared to go loose there, but Ward retrieved the ball. Southernwood, now Anderson, looking for support from the full-back. Good play by Castleford. In the end, some good last-ditch tackling from Widnes. Hold Castleford up just a yard short. Moving it to the left again. Boothroyd then, still the pressure on Widnes. Last tackle, says the referee. Southernwood puts the kick into this far side. But Martin on fire, almost taking that ball on the full. And he knows there's nobody more annoyed than himself, because if it had taken that one, that would have been curtains for Castleford for sure. He'll be kicking himself for that one. Nonetheless, it's a scrum down right on the Widnes 25. Castleford, Horo comes inside. New Zealand wingman, his brother also plays rugby league in England at the moment for the Salford club. Still pressure here from Castleford then, in centre field, about 20 yards from the Widnes line. Southernwood kicks again for the corner. Dave Myers jumps, the ball's still loose. The referee decides, I think quite rightly, that Dave Myers knocked the ball on when he jumps up to take that ball on the full. Even though the Widnes player dropped on the loose ball, the initial foul was a knock-on. Scrum down then, 10 yards from the Widnes line, and again Castleford take that ball through Southernwood. Castleford have had a good spell here of about 16 or 17 tackles. Murphy was held up by a good tackle from Richard Ayres. Beadmore then, but he goes nowhere. And Ruckley toward a long pass from him. A chance here for Castleford, but the final ball goes to ground about 5 yards from the Widnes line. That was a chance for Castleford, all right. An overlap on the right here. Grant Anderson, or rather Gibson, just put that ball to ground 5 yards from the Widnes line. It's scrum down then. David Hume puts the ball in for Widnes. And brings play in centre field. And David Hume's brother Paul there, sorting 1 or 2 Castleford players. So 10 yards from the Widnes line then. Mike O'Neill straightens play up. Makes another couple of yards for Widnes. McKenzie will be at half-back. Now Richard Ayres trying to break the tackle, looks for support, finds it from Mike O'Neill. A long ball to Courier. Now young Dave Myers. But the cover was quickly across from Castleford. Well, the linesman comes in on the far side. The referee's in there as well. Obviously both saw an incident there. And some off-the-ball incident on the far side there as the referee was about to take out a play and have a word with him. And in fact, the referee having a very strong word indeed with the Castleford loose forward Martin Kettridge appearing to throw a punch there off the ball to young Dave Myers. And it has to be said that there does seem to be a lack of consistency between different referees in Rugby League at the moment. That certainly looked like a punch thrown from Kettridge on young Myers. Nonetheless, Widnes then with a free kick. Take play midway between halfway and the Castleford 25. Chance for Widnes then here. Richard Ayres. Now Paul Hume. Mike O'Neill on the switch play. Good play by him. In fact, finds David Hume. Hume steps out of the tackle. Goes for the corner for what will be a superb try for Widnes. The linesman says yes. The referee says yes. And a quite superb try for Widnes. On the outside, push off one or two would-be tacklers, and then under pressure from the Castleford left wing, Chris Chapman forced his way over in that far corner to take Widnes after 25 minutes out to a 12-0 lead. Jonathan Davis then has this very difficult conversion attempt way out on that far touchline. Widnes fans had to wait maybe 9 or 10 weeks for Jonathan Davis to be let loose on Rugby League completely, and since that, well, he showed that he can be a big star in Rugby League, as well as those 27 caps that he had for Wales in Rugby Union. A superb kicker of the ball. Pushes Widnes out to a 14-0 lead with about 27 minutes of the first half gone. So that try hopefully will have brought a bit of life to this game. Perhaps not the classic that we've been used to here at Norton Park during this season up to now, but nonetheless 14-0 after 26 minutes. An attempted downfield kick by Jonathan Davis, charged down by Castleford, and in the end the Widnes full-back Alan Tate knocking that ball on maybe 5 or 6 yards from his own line. That will be a scrum down, says the referee. And a chance here for Castleford to put some pressure back on Widnes. Southernwood then. Castleford have the ball from the scrum. Finds Anderson. Running across on the left. Gibson. Some good tackling from Jonathan Davis there. Excellent cover tackle from Jonathan Davis. Halts that move from Castleford. But there's still danger here for Widnes. Castleford are within 5 or 6 yards of the Widnes line. Kettridge drives towards the post. It's held up by 2 Widnes forwards. Southernwood. Now Kevin Ward steps inside 1 or 2 tackles. And he's just 1 or 2 yards short of Castleford number 8. Beadmore is at half-back. And the referee catches a Widnes player offside on the blind side of play. Southernwood will take the tap for Castleford to keep the pressure on Widnes. As I say, just a yard short here. Keith England, the number 10. But good tackling again from Widnes. Chance for Castleford here on the right. The number 12 goes over for a try for Castleford. In the end, that pressure from Castleford. They used about 6 or 7 tackles to work a position. Then a Widnes player was caught offside on the far side. That allowed Castleford 6 more tackles. Quick hands across the field. And Murphy, the number 12. Scores a good try for the Yorkshire side. Will take the tap for Castleford to keep the pressure on Widnes. As I say, just a yard short here. Keith England, the number 10. But good tackling again from Widnes. Chance for Castleford here on the right. The number 12 goes over for a try for Castleford. In the end, that pressure from Castleford. This leaves Martin Kettridge with a conversion attempt to the right of the post, about 20 yards from the line. But again, Martin Kettridge not having his shooting boots on in this first half. Couldn't add to that try from Murphy. And so it'll be Widnes to restart the game, leading by 14 points to 4. Widnes in the middle of a very hectic period for them. They had to play, or rather they will have had to play 10 matches in the last month of the season. They're halfway through that very tight programme at the moment. And the only blemish in those 5 matches was that 16-16 draw at Bradford a week ago. Castleford then in possession on their own 25. Anderson was standing off. Now Kettridge, good drive from him. The ball thrown back to the full-back. Ruckley, a long kick from him. The young Dave Myers does well. Takes that ball and tries to go around the outside. But he's tackled just inside his own half. Widnes then, right on halfway. Paul Hume moving the ball across field. Coloto tries to straighten the play up. Tackled by 2 Castleford forwards. The 2 Hume brothers trying to work a move for Widnes here. David Hume still offloads the ball. Now Martin a fire. First chance of the evening. A little kick from him. Play on, says the referee. Young David Ruckley, the full-back for Castleford, does very well. And he's brought to ground just on halfway. There's a buzz all around this ground every week when Martin Fire gets the ball, because they know at this stadium only too well that this man has devastating pace and can finish tries from absolutely nothing. Castleford then right on halfway. Beadmore. Grant Anderson, a kick from him and a very good one. Gains 15 yards for Castleford. A very fine rain that started about an hour before the kick-off has been quite persistent in this first half, blowing in Widnes' favour, the wind in this first half. Scrum down then, just outside the Widnes 25. Jonathan Davis, a kick from him downfield, a chance for Martin of fire. But young Ruckley, the full-back, was awake to that, as was Horo. Kevin Beamore trying to bring Castleford away here. Now Kevin Ward. Good drive from him. That's a good drive from the Great Britain number 8. In the end, tackled by Mackenzie. That's the first sign we've seen of Kevin Ward. Kettridge then. The kick downfield from him. Alan Tate will come across. The ball moving away from him. Takes it just on his own 25. Will have to come inside. Has Martin O'Fire with him. Martin O'Fire offloads to David Hume. And the crowd saw something off the ball there from the Castleford number 11 on Martin O'Fire when he passed that ball. Nonetheless, Widnes still have the ball, moving it to the right. Kurt Sorensen. And Widnes lose about 5 or 6 yards in that move. David Hume then. A long kick from him. And an excellent kick from David Hume. Takes place. David Hume, who, as I said on the Easter Monday game at St Helens, for me has been the player of the season here at Widnes. He stood in very ably indeed, while Kurt Sorensen, the Widnes captain, was injured for that long period and has had a superb season since coming back from Australia on tour with the Great Britain side last summer. Now Kettridge. But in the end, Paul Hume and Andy Courier bring him to ground just outside halfway. Murphin then, the second row man for Castleford, in centre field. Southernwood will kick this one again. Young Dave Myers gets back to this one okay though. He has Tate with him. Chooses to go himself inside. And does very well. A very popular young player here at Widnes, just 17 years of age. His 4th league game. As I say, the crowd have really taken this lad to heart. In the meantime, Andy Courier picks up that loose ball. And under pressure from 3 Castleford tacklers, is taken into touch on that far side. It will be a scrum down 5 or 6 yards inside the Widnes half of the field, out on that right-hand touchline. Southernwood will field the scrummage for Castleford. The referee not happy with the scrummage itself and tells both sets of forwards to get down again. This time it comes out for Castleford. Grant Anderson has to take that difficult pass and in fact settles for being tackled on halfway. Kettridge then. He offloads the ball in the tackle to Chapman. Did well there. Keith England then. Trying to drive Widnes back to set up a position for the backs. Now Kevin Ward. But an excellent tackle from Phil Mackenzie that time. That stopped the Great Britain man in his tracks. Excellent tackle from Phil Mackenzie. Now Southernwood. Kicks again. Martin O'Fire will have to get across here. And will have to go infield. He may not find a way through here. But yes, he does. And a chance for O'Fire. Now finds Alan Tate, who in turn goes round the fullback, looks inside, and Martin O'Fire takes that pass, and he will score a try for Widnes. From the Castleford number 5, Chris Chapman. There are not many players that catch Martin O'Fire on this left-hand side of this field, and that was a superb cover tackle by the Castleford man. Meanwhile, Castleford with that kick take play up towards halfway on this near side. In fact, Martin O'Fire appears to have taken a knock from that tackle. doesn't look altogether too steady on his feet. Meanwhile, Keith England for Castleford. Now Ruckley. And now Kettridge. Kevin Ward looks for support on the outside, but takes play inside the Widnes half. A kick by Ruckley towards the Widnes try line. That ball may be just too long. Yes, it is, and that will be a tap to Widnes on their own 25. Just a minute or so left of this first half then. Widnes in what looks like a comfortable 14 points to 4 lead. Now David Hume again, surging through the centre field, looking for support. Kurt Sorensen from half-back. Now Phil McKenzie. Richard Ayres looking for support, finds it to David Myers. In the end, Myers has to settle for safety. Richard Ayres again then, taking play up towards halfway. A last chance perhaps for Widnes here. McKenzie from half-back switches it back to Coloto. Looking for support from Courier, but the ball goes to ground, and in fact, Castleford on the counter-attack here. Boothroyd takes play up towards the Widnes 25. Keith England, now Ruckley in the line, now Southernwood, a chance for Castleford here. Grant Anderson has players on the outside. But an excellent cover tackle from Jonathan Davis that time. Takes out his opposite number, Grant Anderson, but still pressure here from Castleford. Kettridge takes play to within 2 or 3 yards of the Widnes line. A late surge here from the Yorkshire side. Southernwood kicking again, this time an up and under. A mix-up between 2 Widnes players. Play on, says the referee. 6 more tackles for Castleford. Move the ball to the left. Ruckley's in the line. Chance here for Castleford. Chapman comes in from the wing. Finds support from Ruckley. Good play from Castleford. But an intercept by Kurt Sorensen. Gets Andy Courier away. Courier steps inside 1 or 2 tackles. Finds Mike O'Neill. Now Coloto. The ball's still alive. Dave Myers. Well, the ball twitching from end to end there. The linesman at the very end comes in, waving his flag for an incident at scene. But the hooter goes and no more play, says the referee. Perhaps not a vintage first half. Welcome back to the second half of the Stones Bitter Championship First Division match between Widnes and Castleford. As I said, the first half perhaps not a vintage performance from Widnes, but nonetheless, the 14 points to 4 lead as they pursue their second consecutive championship win. Widnes will be playing from left to right in the second half. Jonathan Davis will restart the game for the home side. This is one last effort for Castleford then. Otherwise, all their hopes for the season dissolve in this next half of the match. Ruckley, the fullback, takes play up towards his own 25. But a good tackle by Phil McKenzie. Good charge from Keith England. And Castleford in the second half have a substitute on here. Number 15, Wayne Thornton, but I just can't make out who is replacing. Dave Myers then takes that ball in front of Alan Tate and charges at the Castleford defence. But a good tackle in the end by Boothroyd. Holds him up just inside his own half. Alan Tate then from half-back. Phil McKenzie. Paul Hume. Still going on the blind side. Richard Ayres looking for a gap. But good tackling early on in the second half here from Castleford. Holding Widnes up on halfway. Phil McKenzie. A long kick from him. And the ball just going out 10 yards from the Castleford line. Good kick from Phil McKenzie. Pressure then, early in the second half, back on Castleford. Should Widnes get an early score in the second half, and I would think that this game would be beyond Castleford. Alan Tate joining the line then. Steps inside. The tackle 10 yards short, so got some pressure here from Widnes then. Mackenzie's at halfback. Finds Coloto, drives towards the post. A good drive from the New Zealander. Set up a good position here for Widnes. Mackenzie going himself for the post. 3 Castleford tacklers holding him up just a yard short. David Hume throws the ball to his brother Paul. He looks for the gap, short ball to Mike O'Neill. Martin O'Fire was inside. The ball couldn't come out that time. Courier from halfback trying to kick that ball over the line. In fact, only succeeds in kicking the ball into dead, and that will be a tap penalty to Castleford on their own 25. So that was an early chance for Widnes then. Shane Horo, New Zealand player. Tackled by Paul Hume. Keith England. The 2 prop forwards from Castleford tonight come here with big reputations. But at the moment, they're opposite numbers in the Widnes team. Kurt Sorensen and Mike O'Neill are holding the threat from those 2 very nicely indeed. Keith England this time though breaks through the initial tackle and takes play up to halfway. Chance here for Castleford. Kevin Ward. He had support on the outside but didn't choose to use it, and he's tackled just inside the Widnes half of the field by Jonathan Davis and Mackenzie. Grant Anderson. That kick from him going out on the full, but it was the 6th tackle anyway, says the referee, and the turnover. Phil Mackenzie, who played the ball for Widnes. Emerson Coloto missed out, and again Paul Hume tries to get through that good tackle from Gibson. That was a good tackle because there was danger there. Martin O'Fire at halfback. Richard Ayres just on halfway then for Widnes. Mackenzie, David Hume kicks it towards the Castleford 25, and another excellent kick from David Hume. Taking play up then to the Castleford 25. Just about 5 minutes gone of the second half. Still Widnes 14, Castleford 4. Southernwood puts the ball in for Castleford. Anderson comes into the line with Jonathan Davis and Andy Courier, and a bit of help from Alan Tate, bringing him to ground just outside his own 25. Boothroyd, a good run from him, makes another 10 yards for Castleford. Bit of an overlap here for Castleford. Gibson. They've used the tackles well, they've made room into the Widnes half of the field. Now Southernwood. Kevin Ward straightening play up for Castleford. Good charge from him. But some good tackling from Mike O'Neill and Richard Ayres. Southernwood. Martin Kettridge for Jonathan Davis. Good tackle. Midway between halfway and the Widnes 25. Alan Tate takes that ball and in fact gets Martin O'Fire away on that far side. As we thought, pass from Alan Tate. And it looked like a half chance again for Widnes. So just inside the Widnes 25, but David Hume gets that loose ball for Widnes. Play on, says the referee. Martin O'Fire then, stepping inside. Alan Tate now a chance. Jonathan Davis. Now Andy Courier has Myers on the outside. Puts Dave Myers away. He charges into the Castleford half of the field. Good play from him. Finds Alan Tate. But some good cover tackling from Castleford. Hold Widnes up just 3 yards short. A great move from Widnes there. Support play all the way from their own 25. Still a chance. Coloto. 10 yards short then in centre field. Andy Courier. Kurt Sorensen on the short ball. But the referee will call out Keith England again for the third time in this match for a high tackle on Kurt Sorensen. The referee has given Widnes a free kick. Jonathan Davis then successfully converts that penalty. Fourth goal for Jonathan Davis, plus the 2 tries, make it 16 points to 4 for Widnes. Incident on halfway at the kick-off here. The referee making Castleford retake that kick-off. Martin Kettridge will restart the game again for Castleford. Towards the Widnes line, Jonathan Davis has the ball. Kick from Davis. The bounce away from him, but a good tackle on Gibson. Castleford then just outside the Widnes 25. First bit of pressure from Castleford in his second half. In centre field. Crabtree sets up a position 10 yards from the Widnes line in centre field. Now Ward. Excellent charge from Ward. Castleford just 10 yards short. Last tackle, says the referee. Southernwood. Kick for the corner. Play on, says the referee. Widnes will have to move this ball away from the line. Dave Myers at halfback. Now Paul Yu in centre field. Looking for support. Finds it from Kurt Sorensen. Now Caloto. Now finds a fire. A chance for a counter-attack here from Castleford. Widnes keeping that ball alive on the far side. In the end, one pass too many. Sets Castleford up again. Keith England. 10 yards short, Castleford here, in centre field. Kevin Ward looks for support on the inside. But Paul Hume drops on that loose ball for Widnes. Mike O'Neill. But perhaps 25 minutes of this game remaining. And the crowd will perhaps be feeling as to whether coach Doug Lawton will bring Paul Moriarty into this game. Perhaps he's looking for one more score to put this game completely safe. Play on, says the referee. Martin on fire in centre field. This time there's no mistake from the top scorer in rugby league. One or two chances had gone begging for Martin Ofaya earlier in the game, but that is try number 49 of the season for the flying wingman. You just cannot afford to give him that sort of room. A kick through by Widnes. The referee said play on. The ball was there for anybody to take. Martin Ofaya took, and the crowd will perhaps West End, just outside the 25 on that far touch line. Conversion attempt. High enough, long enough, but just wide of the post, says the linesman. So the score remains Widnes 20, Castleford 4. To restart the game again for Castleford. You would think that it's rather an uphill struggle for the Yorkshire side now. But a good kick from Kettridge, putting pressure on David Hume. He couldn't take that ball cleanly behind his own try line, and so it will be a drop out to Widnes between their own posts to Jonathan Davis. Very well by Gibson, but an excellent tackle from Amosi Kaloto. Gibson will have felt that. Now Kettridge taking play up to the Widnes 25, tackled by O'Neill and by Ayres. Keith England on the short ball, looks for support, finds it. The ball's still alive for Castleford. Anderson, now Boothroyd switches it back inside. Southernwood looking for a gap. Finding Kettridge. Good play from Castleford here. Putting pressure on the Widnes line. Maybe 10 yards short. Now Ward. 3 men to bring him down. Just 5 yards short. Right at the post for Castleford. They still move the ball right. Some good tackling from Widnes here. Last tackle, says the referee. Southernwood, he couldn't take the ball cleanly. Gibson, now Ward on the Widnes 25, but an intercept by Davis, and just a last-ditch tackle by the very alert Southernwood. Otherwise, Jonathan Davis would have been in the clear. Still a chance for Widnes to move the ball to the right. Mike O'Neill, but an excellent tackle from Kettridge brings him to ground. Now Andy Courier. Sorensen met by 2 strong tackles from Castleford there. Mackenzie, taken by Chapman very well on halfway here. Takes the ball inside. And a good tackle by Richard Ayres on the left wing man. Good tackle from Ayres. Still Castleford then. Making ground towards the Widnes 25. Murphy on that right-hand side of the field, switching it back Castleford. Southernwood, another kick by Southernwood. Alan Tate will come across. Play on, says the referee. No knock on. That ball went backwards. Tate's in trouble here. 4 men around him. No support. Andy Courier then chooses to go himself on the blind side and makes it up to the 25. No lack of commitment from Castleford in this second half. The tackles have got an awful lot better in this second half. There's more bite in the tackle altogether. Not allowing Widnes to get into the stride at all. But here's a chance, Mike O'Neill. But again, good tackling from the Castleford forwards. Bring him to ground just outside his own 25. Penalty by Mackenzie, looks for support from David Hume, goes on the outside, steps inside and gets over halfway. Good run by the Widnes scrum half, David Hume, setting up Widnes going again here. Long ball, Jonathan Davis in centre field, but can't find a way through. It was a good tackle from Kettridge. On halfway then, Mackenzie puts a little kick in. But Ruckley does well and is in the clear here for Castleford. But a superb cover tackle from Jonathan Davis. Ruckley, the Castleford man, took that ball, got over halfway, but in a flash, Jonathan Davis was back to him with an excellent cover tackle by the Welshman. So Castleford then still just outside the Widnes 25. In centre field, Kettridge almost getting through. A good tackle from Mike O'Neill. Ruckley, the fullback, looks for support from Kettridge, but Sorensen brings him to ground. Still Castleford towards those Widnes posts, just 5 yards short now. Last tackle, Mike O'Neill took a bang there on the head. The ball's still alive here. The referee saying that was a 6th tackle. Meanwhile, Mike O'Neill getting some attention from the trainer there. Took a bang in that tackle. Widnes then on the turnover. Kurt Sorensen from halfback. Will have to get away from their own line here. Caloto. Superb drive from him, with the ball lost in the tackle. Now the substitute for Castleford. Thornton takes place within 2 yards of the Widnes post. Some good pressure from Castleford here for the last 5 or 6 minutes. And it's desperate tackling from Widnes. Oh, a superb tackle from Caloto on his opposite number. Stops him dead in his tracks. Now Kevin Ward throws the ball back inside. And the substitute Thornton. Still 3 or 4 yards short, Castleford. Still danger for Widnes. Switch it back the other way, Southernwood. A long pass. And in the end, Dave Myers drops on that loose ball for Widnes. So Widnes breathe again. On the right-hand side for them. Phil McKenzie from halfback. Referee making sure Castleford are onside. Paul Young from halfback. Makes a break in midfield, looks for support, does very well, the youngster. Finds Richard Ayres, has Tate on the inside, Andy Courier on the outside. Finds Dave Myers with a long pass. They're inside to Alan Tate. And this will be a superb try for Widnes. Oh, superb support play from Widnes. One man too many for Castleford. From the watching this conversion from Jonathan Davis, movement on the substitute bench. Taking his tracksuit off. Doug Lawton choosing this moment to introduce Moriarty to rugby league. Meanwhile, about 20 minutes left of this fixture. Widnes now in a comfortable 24 points to 4 lead, and this conversion from Jonathan Davis to come. Five goals again for Jonathan Davis. And Mike O'Neill, to leave the field, to superb applause from this crowd. Mike O'Neill in his testimonial here. One of the more popular players here at this club leaves the field. The introduction of Paul Moriarty. And at the same time, Castleford are making a substitution on that far side. The number 11, Crabtree, leaves the field, and number 14, Blakely, joins the game. So, 20 minutes left then, perhaps, for the Widnes fans to see what early offerings Paul Moriarty may have. Jonathan Davis does very well to take that ball and finds Alan Tate in support. So perhaps now with a 26 points to 4 lead, Widnes may open the game up somewhat and perhaps before the end add to the score. Scrum down then, midway between the 25 and the Widnes line. Castleford have this ball through Southernwood, finds Anderson. Now Gibson, Anderson on the run around. 2 against 2 here, but an excellent tackle from the ultra-safe Darren Wright. When it's 1 against 1, he rarely misses his tackle. And straight away, Moriarty in with a tackle. Substitute for Castleford. Taking play to within 10 yards. The last 10 or 15 minutes, Castleford have had good pressure on the Widnes line without converting that into any sort of score. In the end, Widnes counter-attacked and went the length of the field and scored a super try. Offside against Andy Courier, says the referee. So Castleford will have a free kick. A short one taken by Kevin Ward, a yard or two short, drives at the Widnes line. And he's held up by some good tackling from Widnes. Coloto took a bang there in that tackle on Kevin Ward. Castleford moving the ball to the left. Switching it back inside. The ball's still alive. Ruckley, the fullback. Castleford are 2 or 3 yards short. They've had plenty of pressure on Widnes in this second half, but haven't been able to convert that into points. Castleford then in centre field. In the end, Moriarty drops on that loose ball for Widnes. Chance for Widnes here. Courier on this right-hand side. Gets Myers away down the touchline. He does very well to step inside. He did well, the young wingman there. It looks as if he was going to be pushed into touch. But an old head on young shoulders, Dave Myers, bringing play inside. Short ball to Moriarty, but an excellent tackle by Keith England. He really does look a big man, Moriarty. Now Widnes then, in centre field, a kick through from Alan Tate. David Hume chases the ball, knocks that ball forward. It looked as if Alan Tate actually had been impeded. No, says the referee. The referee opts for the knock-on. And so just outside the Castleford 25, it will be a scrum down. Castleford have the ball this time. Anderson. Superb tackle from Jonathan Davis. The crowd like that. That was a good tackle from Jonathan Davis on his opposite number. This time Paul Hume and Paul Moriarty bring England to ground. Substitute for Castleford. Doing very well. Opening play up. Rockley joins the line. That was a good move again from Castleford. Surely looked much sharper in this second half. Thornton is held up by Darren Wright just outside the Widnes 25 on the left-hand side here. Southernwood. Now the try scorer in the first half, Murphy. Southernwood, a kick from him to that far side. Taken by Martin Afire this time. He had no room to move. 2 Castleford men right on him before he could get into his stride. Kurt Sorensen takes play up towards the Widnes 25 on that far side. Paul Hume, short ball to Moriarty. Met by 2 Castleford tacklers. Widnes moving the ball to the left. The ball goes to ground, and Castleford are onto that loose ball. a chance here for the Yorkshire side then. I think, to be fair, the game is beyond them, but perhaps looking for a score to make the scoreline in general look a bit more respectable. They certainly had the more pressure in the second half. Having said that, with such a tight programme the Widnes have got over the last couple of weeks, and indeed the next 2 weeks, you can't expect Widnes to be going flat out every minute of every game. Richard Ayres then. Mackenzie from half-back. Looks inside for support. Kicked forward by Alan Tate, and in the end, Southernwood gets the ball midway between halfway and his own 25 in centre field. Thornton, the substitute for Castleford, still in centre field then. Now Kettridge. A good tackle from Paul Hume and Richard Ayres. Southernwood finding Anderson. He has to step back inside. And really Castleford making no yardage at all with these 6 tackles. Been held up on the Widnes 25, but a chance here. Substitute Blakely doing well. Taking play to within 10 yards. Now Southernwood. Another kick for the corner by him. Dave Myers deciding to leave that ball. And that will be a tap to Widnes on their own 25 with about 14 minutes left of this game. David Hume. Now Coloto. Good charge from Coloto, but the tackling still good from Castleford late in the game. As I say, it looks now as if this game is beyond them, so that means virtually the championship is beyond them. They're certainly playing the share in this game. The ball down towards Rockley on his own 25. Faced by Courier and Dave Myers. In the end, only needed Courier on this near touch line. Chapman to Gibson. Sorensen. And from Mackenzie bringing to ground just inside the Castleford half of the field. Keith England. Now Kevin Ward trying to straighten the play up, looks for support. Kettridge still gets the ball away. Rookley in support. Now Gibson has to step back inside. A good tackle this time from Moriarty. That was a copybook tap around the legs. Anderson, a kick towards that wing where Martin are fire. Just failed to take that ball under pressure. Other players have been having a rest over recent weeks. The pack has been permutated because of the cover we have in all those positions. Phil Mackenzie soldiered on in the hooking position, and a well-earned rest for him. This game now quite safe, thinks Doug Lawton. And a chance for Barry Dowd to come into the game. Barry Dowd, in his appearance as a substitute, especially at Featherstone. Andy Courier then would have had 60 yards open field to go for a try, but the referee brings play back midway between halfway and the Widnes 25. Scrum down, says the referee. Castleford will put the ball in. To Southernwood. Paul Hume up very quickly with some help from Moriarty. Substitute for Castleford then, still in centre field, just outside the Widnes 25. Keith England keeping the ball alive. Castleford. Gibson tries to look for the gap. Good cover tackling by the Widnes defence. Cass persisting on this right-hand touchline. The left-hand side for them, if you like. Good cover tackling by Widnes. It looks as if Paul Hume took a knock there in that tackle. up on his feet. As Castleford are just 2 or 3 yards short here. Dave Myers and Jonathan Davis trying to bring Chapman into touch. But it was a 6th tackle. Turnover, Widnes play the ball 5 yards from their own line. Now Barry Dowd. Just trying to offload that ball. He's taken play safely into centre field. Now Coloto. Good charge from Coloto. Making another 10 yards for Widnes up to the 25. Free kick to Widnes, says the referee. Kevin Ward having a go at Mosi Coloto as he tried to play the ball. Referee quickly on the spot to give Widnes a free kick. Another substitution for Castleford on that far side. Number 12, Murphin leaving the field to be replaced by the number 11 who went off earlier. Well, kicked by Jonathan Davis, rather squirmed off the outside of the boot. And that leaves Castleford in possession, just inside the Widnes half of the field. Substitute Thornton. Just about 6 minutes left then of this game. Widnes safely in the lead by 26 points to 4. Gibson. Andy Courier safely pushes him into touch on this near side.
What are you doing?
Scrum down then, just inside the Widnes 25. Jonathan Davis tries to set through a tackle. A very good last-ditch tackle that was by Anderson. Just got hold of Jonathan Davis' shirt there. He would have been away in centre field. Now Barry Dowd looks for support from Ayres, who does well. Just no support for him. And he careers at half-back. Mariasi did well off a poor pass. He did very well to take that ball at his ankles. Plays the ball. Barry Dowd tries to kick that ball downfield. Stay on, says the referee. Mariasi dropping on that loose ball. 6 more tackles for Widnes. Now Coloto. Trying to prize a gap in centre field. But as I say, in the second half, Castleford's tackling has tightened up considerably, but here's Paul Young through a gap. Looks inside for his brother David. 40 yards to go for David. And another super try. Yes. The two Young brothers, young Paul making the initial break in his own half, taking play into the Castleford half of the field, looked inside, and there was older brother David to race towards the Castleford post. Now Coloto, trying to prize a gap in centre field. But as I say, in the second half, Castleford's tackling has tightened up considerably, but here's Paul Young through a gap. Looks inside for his brother David. 40 yards to go for David. And another super try. Yes. Far side of the field, the Wigan team leaving the stands. The Wigan coach has brought down the whole of the Wigan side for this evening's game. Wigan will play Castleford at the weekend. And it looks as if Wigan have seen enough. Jonathan Davis then pushes Widnes out to a 32 points to 4 lead with about 3 or 4 minutes of this game remaining. So the championship has really taken on virtually a 2-horse race. The only real threat to Widnes, you would think now at this stage of the season, would be from Wigan. But Wigan now find themselves 5 points adrift of Widnes and running out of games. Widnes can keep their head. During his next 2 or 3 games, the championship will safely come back to Widnes, you would think. Jonathan Davis then on his own try line. Looks for a gap. Went off 1 foot, beat the first player. But in the end, was brought to ground by England. Now Moriarty. Strong run from him. Warm applause on that far side. Okoloto. Barry Dowd. Widnes trapped just outside their own 25 here. The ball thrown back to Davis. Steps off 1 foot, puts in an up and under. Traces this one. The left wing man Chapman did very well. The Widnes cover quickly there. Chapman will play the ball 5 yards inside the Widnes half of the field. Now Gibson. Really, there's nothing Castleford can do about this result tonight now. Any score that may come their way will only be a consolation score. The season really has gone sour, as I say, since the Christmas time. Unbeaten up till Christmas, Castleford, and high hopes, as I said, in Yorkshire, of Castleford gaining their first ever championship win. But it was not to be, I would think, this season now. The coach rightly said in the national press today, there is no tomorrow as far as the championship is concerned. If Castle were beaten tonight, then there is no way that Castleford can win the trophy. This result, as I say, will only strengthen the Widnes hold on that trophy. 5 games left. Bradford at home on Sunday, then 3 trips to Yorkshire before a final home game with Wigan. Luckily then, a kick over the heads of the defence. Looked as if it was going to be a kind bounce for the Castleford man, but in the end, Alan Tate offloaded the ball to Davis. And again, a good tackle. Brings Jonathan Davis to ground on his own 25. Barry Dowd at halfback. Widnes, I would think, just playing the tackles out here. Virtually a minute or so left of this game. Kurt Sorensen coming on the blind side. Some firm Castleford tackling. Brings Kurt to ground. Midway between halfway and the 25. Coloto. Trying to get a short ball in the end. Gets it away to Richard Ayres. 3 against 2 here. Alan Tate in the line. Oh, fire on the far side. Tate choosing to get a fire away. And that is try number 50 for Martin on fire. What a way to finish the game. Let's give credit to the men in support. In their own half. Richard Ayres setting Widnes away. Alan Tate joins the line. And Alan Tate unselfishly releases Martin Afire 35 yards from the Castleford line. And that is try number 50 from Rugby League's most prolific try scorer. Superb applause for Martin of Fire on that far stand side. Warm applause around the ground. 50 tries for Martin of Fire. 44 tries last season. And everybody waited to see if this man could repeat the performance. And with still 5 games left in the championship, he's now notched up 50 tries. A superb effort from the ex-Rosslyn Park left wingman. So Jonathan Davis out on that far side. Conversion attempt with the angle. This is probably a 40-yard conversion attempt. Well, the linesmen took a long look at each other. And the hooter goes at the end of the game. That very last ditch try from Martin of Fire. As I say, his 50th try of the season, taking Widnes out to a comfortably 36-4 win in the end. Castleford's championship hopes have now died with this result. Widnes move on to a confrontation with Bradford Northern this coming Sunday.